The Living Building Challenge is a performance-based certification process. So because it's performance-based, what it's saying is that not only are you going to meet these imperatives on, being net positive on energy or being net positive on water or being carbon neutral, the Living Building Challenge is also ensuring that you're going beyond just saying, hey, we're going to build this, and saying, we built this. It sets out to shift the paradigm for what buildings and what the building environment can do. So it talks about, yes, not just being less bad, but having positive impact. There's so many different components that say, okay, we're gonna build something that performs and functions, in the way that it should. We're gonna build buildings that help people perform and function in the way that they should. And we're demonstrating that when we are ambitious, when we're setting out to create something that truly does have positive impacts for the environment, that people can see that, people can feel that, they can understand that, and they can be in relationship to it as well.
So often I feel like when we're thinking about sustainability and kind of forecasting into the future, sometimes we get focused on what is not happening, and it can be really powerful to have a positive vision instead of a negative vision. And so in one way, like the Living Building Challenge and the second campus is just kind of the next step of that moral approach to doing the right thing. Like it is the right thing to make buildings that are not extricative of the environment around them, but regenerative, adding clean water, clean air, and providing conditions for communities, ecological and human, to thrive. And so the Living Building Challenge, when you think about it in that way, is just a natural extension of the ideas that have been with Tremont since our inception and founding.
Part of the reason I think I was brought in as Director of Operations is because of my experience in LEED project, particularly a headquarters project in Knoxville that was the first LEED Gold certified building in this region. LEED is a very well-established certification program in the sustainability world. Most people have heard of LEED in some sort of fashion. Living Building Challenge is hopefully going to take that to the next step. It is a certification program that has 7 petals with many, many, many subcomponents to each one that we have to address during the design, development, and operations of the campus before we can reach certification. Once your construction is complete and you've taken occupancy of the campus in this case, we'll have to operate a minimum of 1 year to illustrate and prove that the buildings are operating the way they've been designed before we can even ask for certification. Then there are ongoing requirements to make sure that those systems continue to operate the way we need them to. The second campus will always be an evolving campus for us. Through the Living Building Challenge, it's a regenerative campus, which means we will always be looking for more opportunities to give more back than we're taking from.
The natural world gives us all these examples of how this place we call Earth works. And if we can replicate that in some way in the way that we work, we're going to find our world, our lives, our work more life-giving, more life-generating. That to me is part of the power of the living building. We're now breaking open what we're talking about when we say education. We're really learning to live in better ways. That's the core of it.
Because we are building an education center as a living building, we are able to go beyond just showing people what's possible, but we're asking people to live and learn what's possible. And when we do that, we start to understand the impact that we have individually, and we start to understand the impact we can have collectively.